Hey Sylvia, how's it going?
I'm good, Remy. Thank you. How are you?
Great, thank you. Hey guys, Remy Maya here, founder of Max Out Your Gym. Today I'm with Sylvia Locolo. She's a gym owner in Australia, in Melbourne, right? And so actually Sylvia has been one of my clients. When was that, Sylvia, again?
I started with you in about June of 2019, Remy,
Yeah, so a
last
year
year.
ago, almost a year, right? And so you went through a great journey, right? You had great success with the program, and so you liked the program so much that you decided to actually become a consultant at Max Out Your Gym, a mentor for the Max Out Your gym owners, right? And so you're now gonna help uh, gym owners in Australia and New Zealand because well, it helps with the time zone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a privilege to be part of the team, and it's giving back. I've learned so much from you, and I've been there before with all the struggles. So it's good to give back and help out other gym owners who are struggling or who experience what I did last year and prior to being part of your program.
Yeah, would you like to share more about your experience and also the journey that you just went through? How was your mindset before the program? How is your mindset now? Uh, how was your gym before the program? How is your gym now?
Yeah, sure. So we've had this gym now for, I've been in the industry, first of all, for about 10 years, 10, 11 years. And we've had this boutique gym in Melbourne for almost 4 years now. And I came into the industry from a corporate background. So I didn't have a lot of sales background. I love fitness, I love training, I love mentoring, but I didn't know anything about sales, to be honest. And I was actually turned off by sales because I come from a background where sales was very hard, very harsh, very, um, the care factor was probably not as much as what you've taught me. So I got
Yeah,
turned off by sales. And when we reopened this gym, I was distracted by a lot of the businesses that were doing well, gyms that were doing well. And maybe I thought I should be doing that because that gym is successful. That gym is really busy. Maybe I should be doing that. Oh, I haven't got a hit class. Maybe I should put a hit class. So I was trying a lot of different things, but I wasn't really getting anywhere with my business. And that went on for a few years, working 16-hour days, getting frustrated. But because I was so passionate about what I was doing, I continued on and hoping that it will get there. But I've had different mentors in the past, and they have helped me as well. But the results wasn't as quick as what I experienced with Max Out Your Gym. So I contacted you May of last year, and I was broke. I was broke as hell. I couldn't pay my mortgage. I could laugh about it now. Not then. I was crying to Remy back then. But I couldn't pay my mortgage. I was struggling financially and didn't know how to keep the business. But you believed in me, Remy, and I didn't have much at the time. I gave what I had, and I remember it was a week before I went to see my parents in Bali. I was born in Indonesia, and I thought, oh my God, I need some money so I can stay in a hotel, but this is what I can give Remy. And you gave me access to about 3 modules. And I remember I spent every day and night on that module. And to the point where I got paid from my clients, and I put that money back investing into your program. And then you open up the whole module for me. And it took me about 3 months to finish everything. But within that 3 months, every week and every month, there was gradual progression. And that progression, the first progression was the change in my mindset.
yeah,
And I thought I had a positive mindset working in HR and corporate and being educated, but I had the fear of being successful. I didn't know what to do. So the mindset program that you started off with me was something that I really, really needed. You changed the perception of what sales is about. It wasn't about just pushing through getting numbers in. It was about connecting with your audience and the people who you want to help, and serving your members and the people who needs your expertise, and transforming their lives. And once I once I understood what sales was, once I understood how my mindset had to change in order for me to grow, for my business to grow, for my clients to grow, for my team to grow, then everything started to fall into place. And
yeah,
I remember it was within that 3 months I learned so much, and it just changed my whole life. And with the COVID-19, I remember we were given 12 hours to shut down. I remember it was 2 a.m. I slept at 3 a.m. I woke up not even 3 hours, probably 2.5 hours. We had our last class on Monday, the 23rd of March in the morning. We shut down at 12 o'clock. Tuesday, I set all the timetable up. By Wednesday, we had a full timetable, morning and evening classes. And by Saturday of that week, we had 19 classes, including yoga, which we didn't have on the original timetable. And it was all virtually going live online. So it helped me ease the stress that other gym owners may have gone through because they weren't prepared or they didn't have the mindset that was needed to go through this adversity and shock of change that we all went through. So yeah, I'm forever grateful for what you've done. And so it's really important now, sitting back, thinking back about it, I'm thinking, it's really good to now give back and help those who went through what I went through. It was such a struggle at the time. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure, that you're going to be a great, Max Out Your Gym mentor. I mean, you're just starting, right, to be a mentor for Max Out Your Gym. We also have other mentors, gym owner mentors. You are now the one for Australia. But I'm sure that, it's going to be a great experience, and that other gym owners will love working with you. Because, well, you just went through the process, right? And you just massively upgraded your mindset, I would say, right? And so you will know how to do that with other gym owners, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, it's true that actually you mentioned it. You didn't have the money actually to afford the Max Gym program, but each and every dollar that you paid to Max Out Your Gym, it's because we taught you on how to generate those dollars, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I didn't know how to handle money, to be honest. And I was spending so much money on the business. Every little bit that was coming in was going back out into the business, but then nothing was really coming in from the membership point of view, from other form of income. So I was running out of money to a point where I didn't have anything else. And like I said, I was broke. I couldn't pay my mortgage, and all I could think about was the business, because I didn't want to lose the business. But that was one thing about your program. It wasn't just my mindset. Once my mindset was changed, I was able to do a lot of things I never thought I could do. Like, I didn't think. I remember I think I said this to you. I said, look, you know what? I'll work hard. I'll do whatever it takes. My only concern was, what if I fail you? What if I can't pay you? That was my biggest concern. Because at the time I thought, oh my God, how am I going to pay this? But I really needed this. But through the whole program, through the mindset change, through the guidance that you and your team helped me, through the weekly calls and the group coaching calls that we went through, everything started to fall into place. And I was able to invest, not just in paying you back, but invest in the business and invest in my own training as well.
Yeah, and starting to hire coaches, and also actually
a virtual assistant. I had some more help. So I didn't have to do everything like I used to.
Have a great salary, pay your mortgage, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great. All right, so let's get to it. Let's speak about the things that you're putting in place, for the reopening, right? So for you in Australia, it's going to be maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? What are you doing in terms of, social distancing? What are you doing, to reopen the gym according to the fact that, well, we are still experiencing a pandemic? What are the things that you're preparing with the gym?
Sure. So the first thing we had to do was set new standards in place with regards to safety protocols and making sure that that our gym is as hygienic and clean as possible. And we did this through our new standards of commitment for safety protocols that we communicate on our website. And also I went live to our members Facebook page, went live and just communicate what the expectations are as well. Prior to shutting down, we've had a really good process of cleaning up before and after classes. We reduced the number of participants in class. We've got personal trainers here with their personal clients as well, training. So everybody was doing their job and and working hard on making sure the gym was clean. We've just increased that standard to make sure that our gym is nice and clean. It's safe for everyone, because we don't want to run the risk of one person coming in with that virus and then we have to shut down. It affects everyone's lives. So we communicate the standard on our website. We also make everyone read. When I say everyone, our coaches, our staff team, our members, and all the personal trainers who are renting space here, they have to read the standards and the new safety protocols and sign a waiver to make sure that they've acknowledged and they've read the new standards. We've also got a lot, well, now that most places sell these cleaning products because it was out of stock, we made sure that we have enough stock. So hand sanitizers, I've got liters and liters of them. I've got hand soaps, we've got towels, we've got, what else? Just cleaning products for our equipment and making sure that we don't run out of stock. So that's the other thing. Before we reopen, we want to make sure everything is in place. I don't know if you can see, we've got some lines not finished yet, but we've also got designated areas. Yeah.
Yeah, you put tape on the floor, yeah?
That's right, yeah. So we want to make sure that there's enough space for one person to train. So we've got, our gym is probably around, I would say, I don't know, almost 450 square meters. So in a normal class, we would usually have no more than 17 people in class. Before the shutdown, we had, I think, 12 people in class. Now we're even reducing that to 10 people in class. So everyone have their own designated area where they train. We don't have equipment sharing anymore. Prior to that, they were sharing barbells. So now everybody have their own equipment. We also have new setup policies. So when coaches come in, how they prep for class now is that they organize the equipment in stations, such as barbells. You know, we're going to be using barbells, making sure the barbells are set up on the rigs so that they don't have to line up and grab barbells and be in groups. We want to make sure that physical distancing is practiced every day. Before our members come in, because we're in level 1, so we're upstairs, we ask that our members wait outside, and we will go downstairs 10 minutes before class, check their temperatures. We've bought these no-touch temperature thermometers so that we can check the temperatures to make sure that they are safe. I think 37 degrees is what we've put down as our safety temperature, body temperature. We also ask that they do a self-check questionnaire so that before they even come into the gym, they need to check, do I feel like I've got a sore throat? Have I had a sore throat or sick in the last two weeks? Have I been around anyone who is sick in the last 2 weeks? Have I been around anyone who's quarantined in the last 2 weeks? So these self-check questions make sure that they're okay to train. So they come here. If it's yes to any of those questions, then we ask that they stay at home until they feel better or until they're safe for the next 2 weeks, and then they can come to class. So we take the temperatures, they come upstairs, all the equipment's already done. We've got designated area on the floor. We've also got designated area on the rigs, and we make sure that everybody have their own stations, have their own equipment as well. So yeah, we want to make sure that everything is in place. Our programming has slightly changed as well, because two things really. First of all, we only have a certain number of equipment, so we want to make sure everybody has equipment. But more importantly, what I found in the last 8 to 9 weeks since the shutdown, we've gone virtually online with our classes, and we've restructured our program because not everyone has equipment at home. Plus, they don't have the luxury of just adding weights into the bar and thinking that they can lift heavy, right? So some people have only dumbbells. Some people have a little bit more than dumbbells. They've got kettlebells and maybe a plate. Some people only have a towel and a stick. So the program that we've written has been tailored in a way that anyone can do it. Everyone can do it. Whether you have a dumbbell or a towel, you can still do it, you know? And the difference that we experience from virtual training, there's a lot more education rather than, I mean, not saying that we don't educate them here, but because they don't have a coach to help them move better, to get them, you know, ask them to get another 5 kg because the barbell is too light, whatever it is. They have to learn how to understand their mind-body connection. So they're forced to train smarter because they don't have the weights that they have here and being spoiled in just grabbing a heavier weight or a heavier band. Now they have to feel. Now they have to understand what alignment feels and look like. Now they have to understand that, all right, it's not about the weights anymore. It's about me aligning with my shoulders, making sure my spine is aligned, my breathing is right, and I'm not overcompensating when I'm doing a push-up or a squat. And because of that habit they've had in the last 2 months and a little bit, they're moving better. They have better alignment through their spine when they're squatting, when they're lunging, when they're doing their push-ups. They're appreciating slowing down even more. So it's not just about going hard, hard, hard. It's not a HIIT class that we do. Their body and mind connection is so much stronger that my cueing, I don't have to try too hard to communicate to them too much to find a good form, a good technique. And I don't want to throw that all the way just because we're going back into the gym. So what we've built and what they've learned to do in the last 8 to 9 weeks, that's what I want to bring here in the gym now. But now we've got the luxury of having barbells, dumbbells, and plates, etc. as well. But continuing on and progressing from what they've learned in the last 8 to 9 weeks is what we'll be doing in our programming. So that's just some of the stuff that we've included. Obviously, there's other things like the timetable that we looked at to make sure that we can still.
Yeah, you just spoke about the things that you're putting in place to prevent against the coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
So on the floor, you have the hand sanitizer. Your class are limited to 10 members, you said, right?
10 people, yeah.
You mentioned all the things that you're putting in place to for this against the COVID-19. Now, I also believe that right now is a great opportunity for gym owners to do the changes that they've always wanted to make, right?
Yeah.
So it could be, hey, I've always wanted to have a nutrition program. All right, now let's do it. It could be, hey, I was thinking about raising my pricing. All right, now let's do it. Now is a great opportunity to work on those things so that when you reopen, you start fresh and you just revamp everything and you start with like a proper systems and actually also a proper business model, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Yeah, we definitely have thought about adding new programs like nutrition programming, one-on-one coaching. We've got the mindset coach as well, who's been helping us virtually online, getting her involved and doing more mindset style of coaching one-on-one and in groups as well. It's like starting all over again. You're right, but you're not in a bad way because it's not like 4 years ago when I started and I didn't know anything about running a business, So, but at the same time, it's given me the opportunity to look at, reassess what does the business need, what do people need really, and how can we help? How can we help to transform them? And the good thing is there's a lot of people out there who are, maybe prior to COVID-19, they didn't think of their health as seriously as they do now. So reaching out to those people who are now wanting to start working on their health and their fitness and getting them on board, whether it's virtually online at the comfort of their home or in here, we can now expand our services, not just working out anymore, but hey, let's look at coaching their nutrition, helping them how to get an optimal health with changing the way they eat and their diet. Hey, let's look at mindset now. We've gone through some tough times and adversity in the last 2 months or so. Mindset, like it changed my whole life when I first started with you. So everyone else is the same. We all need to work on our mindset and see how we can help build a more resilient mindset in case hopefully it doesn't happen again, but I'm sure we will eventually have other challenges and adversities in life that we need to be prepared for.
Yeah. So let's dive in. What are the changes that you're going to make in terms of programming?
So the program we'll continue with our virtual online because not everybody is back at work. So people are still at home working out as well. So we want to continue with our virtual online. So the program that we have started 8-9 weeks ago with the strength classes, that will continue on. The classes in here, we focus mainly on strength training. We're not a CrossFit, we're not a powerlifting gym, but we've got we do a combination of that. So it's a good hybrid, I guess, of a bit of CrossFit, a bit of, so when I say CrossFit, it's the Olympic lifting style as well. There is also the powerlifting or the weightlifting side of things with your squats, all your functional movement that we've done in the past with your deadlifts, squats, your bench, your press. We've added some new movements that we incorporate in the virtual training, such as the more rotational stuff, more single leg, single arm, more core work. So things that are probably neglected in the past because we were focused on the deadlifts, the bench, the press, and the more of the compound movement. That is now incorporated into our program, supersetting that into our program when they're doing it. Even to our workouts, our metabolic conditioning as well. It's not just about burpees are great, and there is a reason why we do burpees. They are great exercise. Some people will disagree. If you do it properly and you know the reason why, it's great. But there's also some other functional movements that we can incorporate in our metabolic conditioning, that will help people move better and help them connect with their brain and body better.
Yeah, great. Awesome. What about in terms of schedule? Are you making changes on this?
So I've sent out a survey to our members to see how many people are coming back in the gym, if they feel comfortable coming to the gym, and how many people are loving the virtual workout, that they just want to continue on with the workout. Maybe they want a bit of both. So mornings and evenings has always been our busy times, especially the evening classes. So we'll definitely have morning and evening classes. Lunchtime, I'm not sure, because a lot of lunchtime participants here are corporate workers, and the offices are not open yet. So until they reopen and people start working coming back to work, we may add the lunchtime classes. So most likely, we don't have the survey back yet. We'll have that by the end of the week. But most likely we will go back to our 6 and 7 a.m. classes, but we will also continue on with our morning virtual classes. Same thing with the evenings. We'll continue on with the 5:30, 6:30 p.m. class, which is the most popular times with the evening classes. But our evening classes online has also been very busy. So having that running at the same time with the ones we'd have here in the gym.
Yeah, great. What about in terms of value service? So you are already speaking about actually keeping the online version, maybe later having like a hybrid version, right? It's a great idea to have a hybrid version, because right away you reduce your overheads, right? And also you increase your maximum capacity, right? And also you provide more value to your members because they want it, right?
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
It's a great idea to actually keep a hybrid program. What other things are you putting in place to increase the value, increase basically the results that you can provide to your clients?
Well, we've got more options. Obviously now we can reach out more people who are not just living locally or working locally, but we can now reach out to people who are living further away in different suburbs, different states as well, maybe different countries. But just going virtually online gives them that opportunity to be at home. They don't have to travel. They can still have a great program, and our proven 8 to 9 weeks program, from our members moving so well since the last 8 to 9 weeks, has showed me that it can be just as good and coming here. So we'll definitely be continuing with that, with it virtual, and just refining the program even more and more and more. But also offering that nutrition program that we had in the past, but we haven't been as consistent in promoting it and putting it out there for our members. So just making that accessible for our members we've got a nutritionist here in house. So, why not put her out there and give her a little bit more responsibility in making sure that our members are taken care of from a nutrition side point of view. But the other thing is the mindset. Usually it's just the new members who sign up in a different package that we have for 6 weeks. Those are the ones who usually benefit from our mindset coaching, because mindset was part of that package. But now, because Stacy's been with us for the last 8 to 9 weeks, every week she's online. She's actually online again this afternoon at 5 o'clock, talking to the members, talking to them about overcoming fears and adversity and how to have a resilient mindset. All that has been so good for our current members that I'd love for her to just continue on and provide that service, because this is not over yet. We're going through stages. The pandemic is not completely over yet. And it's not just the pandemic. We go through different challenges and in challenging times in life. So it's not just preparing for them for this, but also for their future and for their health and fitness as well, because life gets in the way. So we might get fit now, but then there's other times where we might feel less motivated. that we might not have the drive to go to the gym. That's winter. Winter's about to come in next month. So people start losing motivations to get up in the morning and train. So the mindset coaching that we'll be offering will be great value for everyone, including our members.
And also, I believe that right now is a great time for gym owners to realize that what they are selling is not hours of coaching or hours of fitness, right? What they are selling is a transformation, right? And so actually, an unlimited membership is not sexy, right? Because actually, what if now I can promise you the same results with just 3 workouts a week?
Yeah.
Right? Now, what if I can promise you the same results with 3 30-minute workouts a week? Even better, right? Yeah. What if now I can tell you, hey, same results with just 2 workouts of 30 minutes, only 1 hour, and we're going to change your life, right? Actually, this is more efficient. This is more valuable, right? If you need them to come 2 times a day every day of the week to give them the results, you're not that good at coaching people and with their fitness and their nutrition, But now, if you can make it like, if you can compress the time and make it efficient for your members, now that's valuable, right? And so actually, maybe it's a good idea to, because you just did like online live Zoom classes, and actually you found out that actually 30-minute workouts are actually great to give people results, right? And that it's enough time to give them the results, especially if it's like a HIIT, let's say Tabata, workout. Half an hour is plenty of time already to make them sweat, and it's already a great workout, right? And so maybe you can still keep your 1-hour classes, but maybe you can also have some 30-minute classes, right? And it's great because you increase your maximum capacity, and you also decrease your overheads, because now it's not 1 hour that you're paying to your coach. It's just half an hour that you're paying to your coach, right? So you reduce your overhead, you increase the maximum capacity, and actually it's also more value for your members, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're living in a very busy world. We're very time limited. And not only that, Remy, I think a lot of people are also doing too much. We live in a place where the world is full of information, which is great, but also too much information, apps, and all these technological devices, that we can strap on our chest and our wrist and our ankles, and which monitors numbers, etc., etc. And eventually people get this FOMO that, that they're scared that if they don't train every day, or if they don't train at least an hour a day, they don't lose weight, they don't gain muscles, they don't improve their metabolism, etc. They don't burn the calories, etc., etc. So I think that type of mindset where we've got so much in this world, people want to do more. People think more is better, when actually, we need to put the brakes on and just work out smarter and work out less. Depends. Now I'm talking for general population here. I'm not talking about the elite athletes. Obviously, they have a different program, but our clients are general population. They are working people who have kids that they need to spend time with at home, who have jobs, who are overly stressed to the top already, and giving them more and more workouts is just gonna stress them even more. So part of that lifestyle change and transformation is not to give more, but educating them to strip back all the unnecessary energy they're spending on working out smarter, and coming to the gym or training at home. Doesn't have to be hours of training a week. Could be as little, like you said, 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week is more than enough. The rest is more about managing their sleep, managing their nutrition, managing their mindset, managing their breathing. So there's a lot more to lifestyle. There's a lot more to healthy lifestyle now. It's not just a workout.
Absolutely, yeah. So less time working out, but more time, coaching them on a one-on-one level, right? Providing intimacy to them and coaching them, on their mindset, keeping them accountable with their nutrition, with their workouts, but also with, I don't know, you know, with their sleep and like all the other things that they actually need to change their body, right? Because if they're stressed, well, they produce cortisol, they are inflamed, and actually they are not gonna lose the fat and build muscle that well, right? If they are stressed.
That's right. Yeah.
Same, right? And so actually it's important to help them with all the other things that they actually need to transform their body and transform their lives, right? And so actually, yeah, you know, you can spend less time training them and more time providing support that they need. Right?
Yep, agree. Yeah, 100%.
What about pricing, Sylvia? You know, maybe right now is a great opportunity to, well, raise the pricing, right?
Yeah, especially if you're offering more. You know, you're still a business. You're not being greedy. You're not manipulating people. You're helping people and transforming lives to become a better person and help them in their personal and their business and their family. So if you're offering more, there's no harm in charging more, because you're offering more of your services, and you're not, like I said, you're not selling time, you're selling results. At the end of the day, people don't really care how much they want to pay, as long as they get the results, right? So
yeah, because the life change that you're providing is priceless, right?
yeah.
So even if it's a membership, let's speak in USD, right? So that everybody watching this live today can understand. Even if you're charging 200 minimum, right, for a membership, or even 250 for a membership, it's still priceless compared to the life change that they're gonna have, right? It's still a bargain if they get the results, right? If you can ensure that they get the results.
Yeah. They're paying it. They're paying it in some way or form, right? Whether they're paying it to a gym membership and a program that's going to help them with their lifestyle, or they're paying it elsewhere. Maybe it's the cost of being sick and being unhealthy and not have the energy to play with their kids and spending their money elsewhere on medication, on fast food, or whatever it is. They are already paying it. So we've got an option of where do we want to invest and put our money back into our health, or somewhere else where it's going to make our health more detrimental to ourselves and to our loved ones. So
we just ask them to reattribute what they are spending already, not in comfort food and fast food and you know, back pain pills, you know, their back hurts, or you know, like insulin and you know, all those things that they need. We're just going to reattribute this money to actually a program that will improve their life, change their lives. We have another Max Arthur Gym, one of my clients, right? Max Arthur gym owner that just messaged me actually yesterday and told, you know, out of the blue, I didn't even reach out to him. He did. And he was like, hey man, you know, like, thank you so much. I'm raising my pricing. So here he's speaking in Australian dollars, right? To $85 a week. So actually, when you do the math, you know, like there is a 30.4 days in a month on average, right? If you do the math, that's $369 Australian dollar a month, right? And so if you do the conversion in USD, it's 238 USD a month. I love it. That's 220 euro a month, right? And so now that's going to be his membership, 238 USD a month, right? Because, well, he's focusing on the results, he's focusing on the body and life transformations. And so 238 USD a month is still a freaking bargain.
Yes, it is, Remy. I'm just calculating it. I know it's USD. That's like almost $8 a day. That's $8 a day to live an optimal life, to live the life that you deserve, to have the energy to play with your kids, to live your dream, to run your business, to smile every day, to wake up with no pain for $8 freaking a day. So, hey, that's a bargain.
Yeah, right. You know, right now I'm doing consultations for my own fitness offer, right? And so if I look at my notes here, like a sales call I did, you know, yesterday. Well, this lady, she's telling me that it has been a year that she hasn't been intimate with her husband, right? A year. Right before here, it was like, hey, I only have intimacy in the dark room, right? Also, that same lady was telling me, because I don't have the confidence, I'm not selling as well as before. I'm losing $25,000 a year because I'm not selling as well, you know.
Yeah.
And so there are like big consequences of them, you know, not being healthy and fit and confident, right, and not having the right energy levels, right. And so you see here that lady, she's losing 25,000 a year because she's not getting the commission checks that she used to make because she's losing, you know, confidence, right? So your program is less than this, right?
Yeah.
Much less. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna cost them 25,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
And so and also, what's the cost of her? You know, like not having intimacy with a husband for like a whole year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so your services are really priceless, right? And so you need to to think about this, and you need to remind yourself that that's the case, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's speak about billing cycle. You know, we said that there are 4 weeks in a month. Actually, if you Google it, you type average number of week in a month, I think it's 4.34,
4.3,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
4.3, right? So it means that actually, if now you charge every week, well, like you have more billing cycle, and actually you can, just by making this change, generate more revenue, right? And so your members, they're going to be like, okay, so it's just 89 a week, right? You know, I used that example from one of my clients that just raised his pricing to 89 AUD a month.
Yeah.
A week, sorry, it's a week, right?
It's a week, yeah.
People are gonna be like, okay, 89 times 4 equals, okay, I'm only gonna pay that per month. Actually, they forget that it's times 4.3, right? So it's a quick change that you can make right away. Your members won't even notice it, but just by making that change, you're gonna make more revenue, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
actually, maybe it's better for your members because they get paid fortnightly, and actually they like it better for their cash flow, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's an ongoing, as a business, you're also not worrying about, you know, I've had friends who are in a business, gym business owners, and they're still using Stripe or what's the other one? It's a different device where you can tap, so you're paying every week, every month, but it's such a hard work, you know, you have to keep track of who's paid, who hasn't paid, but just even having like direct debits on set up, you don't have to think about getting money anymore. You just automatically debit out of the account of the members. And as a business, it's a better cash flow as well, because there's some consistency in when money is coming in, how much money is coming in as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you see here, we mentioned the programming, we mentioned the schedule, we mentioned like adding more value, right? We mentioned maybe having like 30-minute classes instead of 1 hour. Raising your price.
Different memberships too. So just like you said, offering not just face-to-face in the gym, but offering both virtual and gym classes, including your nutrition and your mindset.
We spoke about changing the billing cycle, right? Right now is a great opportunity to make a bunch of changes so that all those changes are made before you reopen, right? And now you do your grand reopening with like brand new systems, and then you communicate to your members and you tell them that you did that for them to provide even better results to them, better better value. And so if you communicate properly, you can make all those changes. If you need support, doing this, reach out to me, reach out to Sylvia, because as it's easy to say, hey, raise your pricing, right? It's easy to say that, hey, yeah, you should raise your pricing, but it's not that easy to do and execute on it, right? You need to really communicate properly to your members. You need to learn how to sell it, basically, right? You also need to actually first well, make sure that you can over deliver so that you can justify this this price raise. If you need support doing it, reach out to Sylvia, reach out to me. We'll chat and we'll see if we can support you with all those changes, right? So we spoke about the COVID-19 prevention. We spoke about the other changes that you guys can make, but also there is one thing that right now is super important to focus on is marketing and sales, right? Your growth, right? Because the hard truth is that not all of your members will come back, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you had 100 members, maybe 95 will come back, maybe 90 will come back, maybe 85 will come back, maybe 80 will come back, or maybe just 70 will come back, right? Yeah. And so if you were just barely able to break even, before, now, well, you're gonna be in the red, right? So what are you doing with this? They're not gonna come back, right? So you need to bring in new clients. And so if you don't have a marketing and sales system, it's gonna be freaking hard for you to bring in new clients. And God forbid, I hope that you're not gonna shut the doors of your gym, right? So super important right now to focus on growth. What do you have to say, Sylvia, about this?
Yeah, look, you asked me 2 years ago about marketing sales. I'd be like, don't talk about marketing sales. I don't like it. But I realized how important it is. Now, even more important because of where we're at in life with adversity, with COVID-19. And, there's one side of people who are not going to come back to your gym. They've, for whatever reason, whether they want to move on and try something else, or maybe they've lost motivation and they want to do something else instead of coming to the gym. That's different. But there's also the other side of the population who are in need of starting a new health program. They want to start now because they realize how important it is to have good immune system and good mindset, etc. So marketing is going to be the number one strategy in rebuilding your business and maintaining what you've built in the past and now make it even better. Because first of all, you don't want to keep losing members, but secondly, you want to continue helping people. That's what we're in the industry for, right? We came in because not just because we want to build a business and lift barbells, but because we want to transform lives. So we want to continue with that. And it's the only way with that is build your marketing and your sales skills. And the only one who can do that is you. Like for me, it was my mindset. Changing my mindset immediately with sales changed the whole business, changed the way I run everything. So even more important right now is build that in your system, make it so good, so strong. But like you said, deliver a great program as well, because there's no point marketing and selling on Facebook or newspaper or whatever it is, but you don't have a great product. So make sure you have a great product and learn how to sell and market properly as well.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you don't do that, well, you're gonna lose maybe 20% of your members. It's gonna take time to replace them, right? And so you better have the cash flow to survive during that time until just the word of mouth, bring some new members in. It's gonna take some time, right? So let's be proactive here and let's bring those 20% of the members that won't come back as soon as possible. So, some gyms are starting to reopen, in the US, they're starting to reopen, for instance. Learn marketing and sales as fast as possible so that you replace those members and more, right? So that also you grow with even more members than before the lockdown, right? And if right now, you're still, experiencing the lockdown. For instance, I spoke with some gym owners in the Netherlands. They are speaking about reopening the gyms on September 1st, right? So they still have like a lot of time to wait. Well, if that's the case, great. It's a great opportunity right now to master the marketing skills, to master the sales skills, so that as soon as, actually even before, let's say the reopening is on September 1st, right? I would say start advertising, on like end of August, so that on September 1st, you have like 8 consultations at the gym right? And on September 2nd, 8 consultations at the gym or more, right? Like 10, 12, what, you know, you can have like several salesperson doing those consultations. And the day after, again, like a bunch of consultations, a calendar that is filled up with consultations every day, right? And so actually, right, as soon as you reopen, bam, you can have like 20 more clients in a week or more. I mean, like, and it's what our clients are doing. Like we have some clients here. They do like they do like 100 new clients in 2 months. Like 50 in a month, easy. You know what I mean? Without even like trying that hard, actually. It's possible to do it with the right marketing and sales skills.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point having really good products and services and having this great community and culture, but then you don't know how to put it out there for to market it. So it is the marketing and sales skills going to be just as important, if not even more.
Yeah. So Sylvia, could you please tell us, like before doing the program, I'm sure that you didn't know what you didn't know, right? Could you please like explain what we mean by this?
For me, it was coming into an industry. I wanted to build a business. I wanted to start a gym business. I wanted to help more people. But for me, it was the marketing and sales skills. I knew nothing. Not only that, I was against it. Like I didn't want to have anything to do with it. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is also at the time before I got into your program, I had an idea of what I wanted the business to look like, what I wanted to provide, but at the same time, I didn't have it permanently in my mind of what it really is. So I got distracted. I got distracted with other businesses that were doing well, and I thought maybe I should be doing that instead of what I wanted to do. And then another gym was doing opening, and they were doing HIIT classes, and they had 20, 30 people in class. Oh, maybe so I started doubting myself. So I didn't know what was right anymore, and it was frustrating to the point where I was working 16-hour days thinking I had so much to do, but if you strip down what I did on a daily basis, I really did nothing. It's because I was too unclear of what I needed to do. I didn't know what I didn't know, Remy, and what I knew wasn't enough to run the business to become successful. And what you gave me was not just the mindset. After the mindset, it was the structure on how I should market the business, the sales training, the culture, the community, the building, the consultation. What happens when you get the leads in? What happens when before they come into your facility to meet with you? What happens during that 1 hour when you sit down with them and talk to them about their struggles and their dreams and their goals? What do you say? What questions you ask? What does that look like? And once I learned how to structure that, I was able to then coach my team to do that as well. So I wasn't the only one doing it. So that was it. There was a lot in place that I didn't know at the time. And what you gave me was a structure and clarity of how to run a business and how to get my mindset in the right place to run it in the first place. So that's, it's been an experience, it's been a journey. it's still ongoing. I'm not finished yet. I'm still learning, I'm still developing, and I'm still working with you in other areas of the business. So it's an ongoing journey.
Yeah, because maybe gym owners watching the video right now, maybe they are thinking, hey, I don't really understand Remy, or I don't really understand Sylvia when you're saying that we should learn the marketing and the sales strategies. I'm already posting on Instagram, I'm already posting on my Facebook page, and then I also do free classes followed by an on-ramp program. And so you know what? Actually, my closing rate is great because from the five referrals I get from my members a week, I enroll 4. Therefore, my closing rate, it's a 4 out of 5. It's a great closing rate. So I don't really understand what you mean, Remy, by learning the sales skills and the marketing skills, because I'm pretty good at it already.
Remy, what I've learned? Sales is about building a relationship, building trust, and learning how to serve the people you need to serve, your members, your prospects. And, you know, I come from a HR background, so I love working with people. And I thought I knew how to work with people. But when it comes to owning your own business and building it, so not just serving the people who are already in here, but how do you help more people? How do you bring them into your facility? How do you gain that trust? How do you build that relationship to the point where they want to stay with you after 6 weeks, after 8 weeks, after 2 years, 3 years? They still want to continue training with you. How do you do that? And that's what sales is. Without knowing, I was actually selling, but I just didn't know what it was until you gave me that structure. Then I realized, yeah, I love sales now, you know. And then I'm able to share that with my coaches and my team. And, you know, when they're coaching, that sales transfers on to what they do on the floor. Because if I do all this great job in bringing in new members and going through the hour of that consultation and asking the right questions and helping them with their goals and building that relationship and that trust, and then they've exchanged that money and now they're ready to train, but then our coaches are not delivering what I said in there to them, that trust is gone. That relationship is gone, right? They might stay for a few weeks, a month, and then they're gone. And then the words will start to come out there that Core Strength Fitness is not true to their words, their program is crap, their coaches don't care, and it's just a lie, don't worry about that, you know. So you don't want to build that reputation in your business. So sales is about people, sales is about building that relationship, and how do you continue on 3 years on later to make sure that you keep to your promise and you keep delivering what you said.
Yeah. And so what I meant, you know, here with the example I just gave earlier is that, for instance, you might think that, you know, you're great at sales because, well, actually the only leads that you're getting are just referral leads, right? And so actually with those kind of leads, you should have like 100% enrollment rate. And if it's lower than this, actually you're not that great at selling, you know what I mean? And so here, what we're talking about here is to convert complete strangers from social media, and a day later, or even same day or a day later or 2 days later, to enroll them into a high ticket program, right? They go from stranger to clients in less than 2 days, right? So they were not hot leads, they were not referral leads. And so if you want to enroll people this way, well, you better like increase your sales skills, because it's not the same than enrolling people that are referrals, right?
Yep, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Sylvia. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm just gonna post in the comments the link to our scheduler, right? If you want to chat with us, if you need support, you know, making those changes, you know, to prevent against, you know, the pandemic. If you you need support, you know, changing your programming, your schedule, increasing the value, maybe, you know, raising your pricing, changing your billing cycle, having half an hour classes instead of 1 hour. And also, you know, learn about marketing and learn about sales, so that when you reopen, you have as many clients as before the lockdown or more. Then just schedule a call with us. We'll see if you could be a fit for our program. The truth is that we do not invite every gym owner. You got to be ready for it, right? And I really mean it, right, Sylvia?
Yep, you got to do the work, guys. You have to commit to it. You got to be able to put the time and effort into your business and what we teach you. So at the end of the day, we guide you through things, but at the same time, there's a lot of work behind that you have to commit to as well.
You got to have the right mindset for the program. You got to be ready for it. If you are, then, you know, we'll show you how. If you're not ready for it, we'll steer you in the right direction. All right, Sylvia, thank you so much.
Thank you, Remy.
For your insights, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.